Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yes, sir. Couldn't wait to get in here and talk to you guys. I mean, stare at this camera. What's poppin', fam? How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? You gotta have energy watching those fights at UFC 327. My God, this is why we love the sport. Your boy was in the DR, the Dominican Republic, doing some commentating with the great Jimmy Smith for Gamebred FC. That is bare knuckle MMA. I was in the DR. Never been in the DR. Good time. I wore a three-piece suit, and on my way to the venue, it was brought to my attention, which it was not before, that the event was outdoors in Dominican Republic. So your boy was a sweaty mess. You know what? I wasn't as bad as you would think. My feet were hot. When I took off my shoes in the hotel, my girl was like, "Oh my, your feet smell like a fucking dinosaur." Like it was not good. But other than that, your boy was just a little sweaty. Great night of fights. Anthony Smith looked absolutely amazing. There's a Russian guy on there, and he was 2-1. And in the pre-production meeting with Jimmy Smith and everybody, I go, 2-1 in this on the main card? And they go, "You don't know about this guy?" I'm like, "I don't know about this guy." They go, "Well, he's 2-1. He just got out of prison in Russia, and he had over 100 fights in the Russian prison." I went, "Oh, so he has a ton of experience." They go, "In fighting in prisons." And I went, "Okay, he's probably gonna be pretty fucking tough." I'm like, "Yeah, before that, Sambo, Grandmaster and all that shit, because he's Russian, of course." So I go, "What did he go to prison for 20 years in Russia?" "Murder." And he was very undersized, fought a giant Dominican dude, a giant, and he knocked him straight the fuck out. And this Russian, he looked like he was annoyed there was lights and walkout music. Like he was just sitting there and just like, "What is this?" Like just pissed. And then beat the shit out of the guy.
He was just there to take his commissary. How old is this guy? Wait, he was in jail for 20 years. How old?
I don't know. He must have went in when he was in mid-20s. I assume he's like in his early 40s.
Oh, he's an older dude.
Yeah, he had like gray in his beard.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a good night of fights, though. Good night of fights. Shout out to DR. And then I came back on Saturday. Dude, I was counting down the minutes for UFC 327. I could not wait. I rushed back from the DR because my son had baseball games. Those got canceled due to the rain, which that's another discussion for another day, how soft Texas is when it comes to rain. They canceled his games. I'm like, okay, at least I got 327. I'm ordering myself a large pepperoni pizza with extra freaking sauce. This is going to be a great Saturday night. And that's not even doing this card justice. This is what happens when the UFC puts in effort, when the UFC gives you a card that especially for your hardcore, that you're accustomed to. This card was awesome. Awesome. Now, that being said, Dominick Reyes and Johnny Walker did their damnedest to steal the shine and screw the night up. Fellas. And then also in his post-fight commentary, Dominick Reyes goes, "I thought it was a strategic fight. I thought it was just two guys being very strategic." You liar. That thing fucking sucked, dude. That thing was dog piss. But I'm not going to make this about Dominick Reyes and Johnny Walker. Here's the thing and I'll get off this and then we'll get into the positive stuff. This is what drives me nuts about Dominick Reyes, Johnny Walker. You morons. The light heavyweight division is in shambles. The champ, Carlos Olberg, tore his ACL, so he's out for a while. We don't have a ton of contenders. If one of you fucks just decided to do what you're paid to do and get a legit win and go out and risk something, whoever would have won that fight probably would have been right in line to get a title shot. But now, I don't want to see either of them fight for a fucking hot second. I hope they discipline them. I hope they do what the UFC does and disciplines them. That shit was, nobody want to risk anything. So that shit was bullshit. You're like, oh my God. So, because you got Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr, Nate, for a reason, just didn't want to pull the triggers. Just was like, I'm just going to stay on the outside and let him do his thing. Couldn't be a worse game plan against Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson, swan song. He's leaving. Last fight. Looks incredible. Lights him up. Great video package with WC, all the UFC stuff. Insane. And you're like, oh, this is great. Then you get Dominick Reyes, Johnny Walker. I'm like, God, you guys fucked it up. And then Josh Hokit comes out. Listen, I always ask for fan questions, right? On Sundays and on Wednesdays or Thursdays, ask for fan questions, YouTube comments, to DM me on my Instagram story. This is the most fan questions we've ever got. I would say over 200 at least.
Damn.
The majority of them, I would say 75% of them are about Josh Hokit.
Yeah, he stole everybody's hearts.
Buddy. And when we did our picks, and we'll get into our picks, I root for Josh Hokit. Clearly, I'm biased. Whenever a guy plays college football and then comes in the UFC, I know how hard that is, so I always root for that guy. I love Curtis Blaydes. He's been a perennial top 5 guy for how long now? His last fight, you're like, oh, maybe he lost a step. And then his coach, Vinny, who I know very well, who was a training partner for years and years and years, Cody Domin, one of my best friends, who's his head coach. That whole squad at high altitude, those are my boys. And when they interviewed Vinny before the fight, he goes, we didn't even focus on Josh Hokit, which that's fine. He goes, we focus on what makes Curtis Blaydes great. What does he do in previous fights that makes him one of the best heavyweights in the world? And he's like, and we focus on that. I'm like, I like this. And then the fight starts. And Josh Hokit, say what you want about him. I know a lot of you guys don't like him because of the antics, that he does in the pre-fight stuff. But there's something to it. Is it cringy? Yeah. Is it different? Yes. And this is part of my problem with some of the fan base and these UFC quote unquote analysts, YouTubers, professionals, experts, is you'll watch the show similar to mine. They talk shit about Josh Hokit or certain guys that are trying to separate themselves from the pack. Now, whether you like it or not, they're trying. And UFC doesn't have any stars and it's not what it used to be. And then a guy goes, all right, well, the guy's just winning fights, especially at heavyweight. I'm fighting up these Uber drivers. It's getting no traction. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to try this. Everyone's hating on, oh, it's so cringy. Oh, this is awful, blah, blah, blah. We can't have both. Now, do I like everything he does? I don't really mind it. I see what he's doing. I'm like, I get it. I would never do it. It's not in my personality. It's not what I would do. Because I can't. Like what he's doing, I can't. It's not. I'd feel so uncomfortable. It'd be even more cringy. It's just not what I do. For him, you're like, it's kind of silly. It's not really offensive. If any fighter ever defends you, you're so fucking soft. I never get offended by a fighter. The fuck are you talking about? Never. So with Josh Hokit, I'm like, all right, at least he's doing something different. And for those of you criticizing him, name a guy, I think, was he 3-0, 4-0 in the UFC, especially as a heavyweight, who's not fighting name guys. And he's finishing them, but it's not like these one-shot knockout where you're like, oh boy, we got a problem here. Name a guy who is coming up in the heavyweight division, beating up guys you've never heard of, that was an instant star, that was separating from the pack instantly, and the UFC liked him, and the fans were talking about him. Go. There isn't. It's never been done. So for him to go, I know some people are not going to like it, it's a little cringy. I'm going to do it on every interview. And then in the fight press conference, I'm going to double down, and it's going to piss some of the UFC brass off. Dana might not agree with it, but you're going to be talking about me. And it's going to be one of the most watched weigh-ins of all time. I think something like 14 million views. So clearly it's fucking working. So whether you like it or not, you can't bash a guy for attempting to make himself a star. Whether you agree with it or not, at least this guy has the cojones, the balls to go, I got to mix it up. I got to do something. You guys might not like it, but you're going to tune in to watch me fight. So what happens? 90% of the MMA fan base goes, I can't stand this guy. Curtis Blaydes is going to whoop his ass. Oh, I can't wait to see him shut him up. And what I love, even when he doubles down, when they're showing him warm up in the locker room, he's doing this eye gouges. And I'm like, this fucking guy takes nothing serious. Mm-hmm. And I kind of enjoy it. In my head, I'm like, I enjoy it, but my God, he's going to have to win. Otherwise, he's a flash in the pan. We'll talk about him. It'll be a reference for hardcores in a year. Like, dude, remember the Hokit shit? That was wild. Cool. Then the fight starts. He walks over before the ref goes fight. He walks over as they're announcing him and gives Curtis Blaydes the bird. Now, there's no animosity there. There's no bad blood. He's just playing a character. I see him giving the finger. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Again, does he take anything serious? Mm. And then they say fight. And he comes out like a fucking Fresno State bulldog with rabies. This motherfucker is coming at a pace where I'm like, oh, he's out of his mind. And not in a good way. I'm like, oh, he's going to get knocked out. Like, I'm watching with my family, and I cannot sit down.
Or burned out.
Either or. I'm like, he's either going to gas out in 30 seconds or get knocked out. This is a terrible fucking idea. He's trading blows with Curtis Blaydes. He's landing and flipping him off. Very Diaz brother-ish, which all you guys love those antics, but with Hokit, so he's doing the Diaz shit, flipping him off. And I'm like, it's only a matter of time before Curtis Blaydes gets him down. And we really haven't seen Josh Hokit wrestling. We know he was the first, I think, All-American since like 1992 out of Fresno State. He focused on football. Did you know this? He would focus on football. D1 football, so you guys know, takes all of your time. You major in football when you go to a big school at D1. I learned nothing. I learned football. I know football. I know nothing else. Josh Hokit, same thing. He's dedicated to football. He's a stud, too. All conference. Running back, mind you. He's focused on football and goes, I'm also going to wrestle, and only prepared for 3 weeks before the season. No one was All-American. So when you hear these stories and you know his background, you're dealing with a special human being. You're dealing with a guy who does well under pressure, believes in himself. Not to mention, again, this is another reason why I love him. He's a walk-on. So he had a scholarship for football. I think it was to Drexel or some low-level school, and then found out they don't have a wrestling team. He goes, I don't want to do that. Walked away from the scholarship, decided to walk on to Fresno State so he could walk on to the wrestling and football team. Did both. Then earned a scholarship. I know what it takes, the amount of work you have to do to be a walk-on at a big school. The odds are so against you, it's not even funny. You get no reps. You're lucky if you even get a helmet. It's very rare they even spell your name right. You barely get practice jerseys. To go from that, where you're in the gutters, and make yourself a starter or to get any playing time at D1 school, the mentality and the work ethic it takes, then you add in his talent, I'm telling you, there's not another guy on the roster who could do it. So I knew he was going to be mentally tough. Back to his game plan. You go back to the fight, he's rushing this dude. His hands are fast as fuck. He's undersized, which would get to, I think, his advantage. He's a little undersized. He's a little more compact, but his hands are so fast. He's landing shots where I'm like, oh, fuck, he's gonna put Curtis Blaydes away. He is fucking Curtis Blaydes up. And it's bad. Curtis Blaydes shoots in, goes to take him down, gets him down. He pops up like this. I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a long night for Curtis. Oh, his wrestling didn't work? Because Curtis has the most takedowns ever in the heavyweight division.
That's what I said, though. I was like...
Ever. Mm-hmm. Josh is popping up. No one's ever done that to Curtis. And you're like, oh, fuck. What's going on here? And the pace continues. I'm like, if he trained his ass off in one round of this, and then second round, he's going to be so gassed, he's fucked. Curtis just has to weather this storm. And he weathered it with his face and suffered a broken nose and fractured orbital. And he's kind of landing on Josh, but Josh's movement was so unorthodox, he was kind of rolling with the punches. But if you see in between rounds, there's not a mark on Josh's face. I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. I guess he just wears it well. Probably doesn't have very thin skin. He doesn't bruise easily. All right, that's fine. Second round comes, same fucking pace. Same pace. The only heavyweight that I've seen be able to set a pace like that over 200 pounds is a gentleman named Cain Velasquez. Josh Hokit did that and then some, because not only was he defending the takedowns, he was also putting the pressure in the stand-up for fucking 15 minutes. I don't think people realize how special and how insane that is. You have to be out of your mind to decide, I'm just going to push the pace for 15 minutes against Curtis Blaydes. I'm going to push this fucking pace that nobody's ever seen. I've never seen a pace like that. I've seen guys come out in the first minute and then they have to dial it back and then they fade out and get finished, ground pound. Hamza. They get finished. They get
not finished, but yeah, he runs out of steam.
Yeah, they get a steam. This dude did this for 15 minutes. For 15 fucking minutes. And Curtis Blaydes shoot in, he'd flip him off. Like, what this dude's not even taking this serious. And then you'd kind of see him like wobble a little bit, but I'm like, is he acting? And he was. He was trying to bait Curtis Blaydes in. First fight I've ever been, I shouldn't say first fight. I can only remember 2 times in the history of all the fucking fights I've ever watched where I was on my feet the whole time and I wasn't speechless. I kept saying the same thing over and over like a fucking CT parrot. I kept going, this is nuts. This is wild. Oh my God. This is nuts. This is wild. It was like this weird repeat. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe this motherfucker, this wild motherfucker, this dude who took all this shit from the fan base. But if you look at his background, you know you got something there. If you just did a little fucking research, you'd realize you're dealing with a special fucking athlete. This dude who walked onto Fresno State and made a name for himself, not only in football, but in wrestling as well. There's not another guy like him on the roster. Now, some of you will say, well, Gable Steveson only focused on wrestling. I'm not saying Josh Hokit could have been a gold medalist in the Olympics and have the career that Gable had in wrestling. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, though, is he was dominant in not only football, but also wrestling at a Division I level. I don't know if Gable can do that. I don't know if Gable spent the majority of the year focused on football, would have been a gold medalist. That's what I'm saying. He would have still gone and be national champ. He's so fucking skilled. And we don't know. Now, your argument is that Gable's a different animal. Maybe. But as far as college goes, only one of them played major Division I football and was a starter and a fucking running back at that, and then it takes all your energy. And then would step away from that and barely any training and dominate in wrestling. Could Gable do it? Maybe. Maybe. He played as much in the NFL as I did, which is none. Went through training camp, which is none. That doesn't make you an NFL player. Hokit went further than both of us. Both of us. You know, so my thing with Hokit is for this guy to have the fucking cojones, to have this character, this weird WWE, and it's a mix of Macho Man Randy Savage
and Mankind
when he was shy at the weigh-ins. Mm-hmm. It's this fucking just soup of weird WWE shit. I'm not a WWE guy. I can't understand. I hate it's on ESPN. I think ESPN's a whole nother fucking shit show, but it just lowers the value of ESPN. Either way, I grew up as a fan of The Undertaker and The Ultimate Warrior, and then I grew up. This motherfucker was like, I gotta make a name for myself, and decided to take this weird smorgasbord of all these personalities and make it his own and does the rhyming and all this shit. Let's take a little break from all the Real Housewives of the UFC, because this episode of the Schaub Show, aka Big Brown Breakdown, that's fun to say, isn't it? Is brought to you by Quince. And this time of year always makes me rethink what's in my closet, especially when I'm in a 3-piece suit in the DR and the fights outside. Your boy's sweating. I'm trying to keep fewer things, but not just fewer, quality, better pieces that are well made, easy to wear all the time. I don't need all this stuff all the time. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. They're great. The fabrics feel elevated. The fits are truly thoughtful, and the pricing Couldn't be better. Quince makes high-quality everyday essentials using premium materials like 100% European linen and their instantly soft flow knit active wear fabric. Their men's linen pants and shirts are lightweight, breathable, and comfortable. And they did send them to me, and I completely forgot them in the DR. I really messed up. I was wearing these exact pants, just sweating my tail off, man. Sweating, dude. So to refresh your wardrobe with Quince, all you got to do is go to quince.com/Schaub. That's SCHAUB for free shipping, 365-day returns, now available in Canada. All right, that's go to QUINCE.com/Schaub for free shipping and 365-day returns, quince.com/Schaub. And I've watched this fight twice because I couldn't understand how he is going toe-to-toe with Curtis Blaydes. And it looked like he was eating a lot of shots and was back and forth. If you watch it a second time, I think because we were so shocked by his game plan and the success in Curtis Blaydes' face, you don't realize how dominant he was in that fight. Watch it a second time, like, oh shit, he beat the shit out of him. It's the most significant strikes ever landed in a heavyweight fight in 3 rounds. Damn. It's fucking nuts. It showed you the willpower and the heart of Curtis Blaydes. You got to give a shout out to Curtis Blaydes. But I couldn't understand how it looked like Curtis was landing, but there was Josh Hokit's face wasn't showing any of it. If you watch it a second time, this is the brilliance of Josh Hokit. A lot, including me, I went, that was a fun fight, but after this, I don't know, man. He starts fighting those Cyril Gahns of the world, those elite strikers. I don't know. He's eating shots out of Curtis Blaydes. But when you watch it, he's rolling. It's actually a very calculated measure game plan where he's rolling with the shots and they're actually not landing flush. Few did, but Curtis Blaydes has never been a knockout artist, but a few kind of landed, but the majority of them, he's kind of rolling with them. It's very Sean Strickland-ish. He's rolling with them. He's rolling with it, going with the power. So it's not landing. And when you understand that and watch it, and then also something to be cautious of, if you're a Hokit fan, is whenever Curtis Blaydes went southpaw, go watch the fight. When Curtis Blaydes goes southpaw, he has much, much higher success. Josh Hokit didn't land shit when Curtis Blaydes was southpaw, and Curtis was landing a lot. Now, landing a lot, but nothing major, but it's something to be cautious of if you're a Josh Hokit fan, which I am. You're like, oof, with a southpaw, Curtis Blaydes was having his only success was southpaw. Something to down the road. Make a note of that. Southpaw, he didn't land as much, and it could be he didn't train for it, so he was like, hopefully he switches back, and Curtis kept doing that. His coaches, who are my brothers, they probably should have made note of that. He had a lot more success at southpaw, but nor here nor there. Who knows? And we're seeing it live. Who knows? It's a different animal. It's like, and I don't, but if you pray to the MMA gods, you've been praying for the heavyweight division to have some life again. You've been praying for a guy to come along and give us a reason to root for heavyweights again. You've had guys like Luke Thomas, who I absolutely love the fucking dude. I think he's the best in the game. We need to get rid of the heavyweight division. You have all this criticism of Tom Aspinall's heavyweight run and how guys like me could be top 10 and all this crazy shit in the heavyweight division because it's such a shell of itself. And then you have this kid from Bakersfield, California, who is a walk-on at Fresno State, decide, I'm going to do something different. It might be cringy, but you're going to watch. And he comes up with this personality, which, love it or hate it, has made him a star. And even before, when he's beating up the Uber drivers and people you don't know in his first few fights in the UFC, you knew who he was because of this shtick. And that's why they do it. And whether you like it or not, you should, instead of hating on it, go, I get it. He's trying to make money. I get it. In order to rise to the top, you can do it with your skill set, but that really doesn't garner the eyeballs these days. Or you can have the skill, come up with this weird thing that Josh is doing, and you might have something. And even Dana, after the press conference where he didn't like what Josh was doing, he goes, that kid better win. He goes, I don't like it, but if he wins, that separates him. So I just think instead of us making fun of Josh, hating on him, You got to realize, in order for him to make the money he deserves, which he never will, he deserves so much money. Just to be clear, Conor Benn went to decision with Regis Progress and made $15 million. Same day. Made that Saturday day in England on the Fury card. He made $15 million. Josh Hokit put his fucking health on the line, went toe-to-toe, and gave up 30 pounds. 30 pounds and made $200,000?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why they're doing this. I wonder why these UFC fighters come up with these shticks. Because they're begging they're begging to be compensated. They're begging to get title shots so they make real money. And Josh Hokit did exactly that, shut most of the fucking haters up, and now you can't wait to see him. And how was he rewarded? Oh, well, they put him on the biggest card of all time, the White House card. Now he's fighting the White House card against a very formidable opponent. That's a very winnable fight for Josh Hokit. I'll say that. It's a very winnable fight. Oh, and the bonuses on the White House card are $1 million. This is why he does it. Mm-hmm. He's doing something you guys have never seen. This is why he's doing it. There's no other way to do it these days. There's no other way to do it.
It's also another way for him to prove himself, because me and you talked about this last episode where I was like, I would love to see more data on Josh. And I think that I was like, maybe he doesn't need someone in the top 5, maybe someone a little early. And you're like, what's he going to fight, Derrick Lewis? And it's so crazy that you actually said, Derrick, you could go back to the last episode. And I think that's great. That's another, because for me, I'll go back to it in a second. Also, talking shit about wrestling as I'm wearing a fucking WWE shirt.
It's not that I don't like wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm
an attitude era guy.
I want to separate it.
And WWE is also not the same as it used to be. But that being said, you hit the nail on the head with him, because you said that he's doing a character, and he's also putting his money where his mouth is. Other people have tried that. Colby Covington tried what he's doing and wasn't successful with it, right? And then he's the first person I've seen like a Chael Sonnen, where he's cutting these, like, Chael Sonnen did that for Wanderlei Silva. I forgot who it was that he said fed a carrot to a school bus.
That was after Wanderlei. He's referring to the Nogueira brothers.
Nogueiras, yeah.
They're so dumb you can feed a carrot to. They were feeding a carrot to a bus.
It's fun, and people hate people. Those people that hated that at the time, but now people love Chael for.
But here's the difference. Chael didn't have the most exciting fights.
No,
Colby doesn't have the most exciting fights. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker's doing a better job than both of them.
He's talking the talk
and
walking the walk.
So the amount of and doing that heavyweight, which is insane. The size of his fucking Fresno Bulldog nuts must be so fucking full and big, dude. Yeah, hopefully somebody's draining those nuts. Dude, his nuts must be so fucking big. Because there has to be something in his mind when he's walking. I know he's crazy and blah, blah, blah. There has to be something that goes through his mind like, I better pull this off.
Dog, if you lose after all that, that's embarrassing.
But what I love about it...
But he's willing to put that on the line, because he knows in his head, if I lose after all this weird shit, I look like a fucking buffoon, you know?
At the White House, the biggest stars the UFC have are on there.
Yeah.
I bet you he gets more eyeballs than all of them now.
He just made the card a lot more exciting. A lot more exciting. Remember, we didn't get a chance to talk about it for the show. Here's my only, and this is why I said originally that I wanted to see more data on him, because I think you might disagree, but he's given up a lot of weight at this weight class. Curtis Blaydes isn't known for being the best striker, even though, because for me, Josh actually reminds me of a heavyweight back in your day that came in being a full-blown athlete. Like, you don't see a lot of full-blown athletes coming into the division anymore. They're like good MMA fighters. It's very rare
we see an athlete of his caliber.
Yeah, and back in your day, you had like professional football players coming into the heavyweight division. So he reminds me of like that era, like a Matt Mitrione coming in, like, good hands and, good footwork. What I am interested in, because he's so undersized, is how his power is going to play, let's just say, against an Alex Pereira, because like,
I've thought about
he does take hits. I mean, yes, he's rolling with the punches a lot,
but he does. But
when you get hit by an Alex Pereira school bus of a hit,
or Derrick Lewis,
yeah,
you can't have the same. But I knew, and you're the majority of people saying that, like, dude, If he fights Derrick Lewis like that, he's going to go out. Couldn't agree more. The reason he fought Curtis Blaydes like that, I think in his mind,
plan.
he went, all right, wrestling's pretty. If I just wrestle him, he's a national champ, JUCO national champ, which is pretty fucking hard to do. The wrestling is kind of even.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to take me down. And if I do, he's just going to pop up because we're both so good at wrestling. If he takes me down, I'm just going to pop up. My advantage is the speed in my hands. I'm gonna exercise that and get this done that way. And he knows that what we know. He's not really a knockout artist, so I can get away with it. I think against Derrick Lewis, I would hope. I know he's crazy. He's not dumb. I would hope against Derrick Lewis, he has zero wrestling. Now I can use my Division I All-American wrestling early on, get him down. And if you look at Derrick's last fight, as soon as the fight went bad for him, he kind of gave up.
Yep.
So if I'm Hokit, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to just do a level playing field here and go blow for blow with Derrick Lewis, giving up damn near 40 pounds. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use my wrestling because now I have such an advantage here. Now, if we don't see that, if he goes into the Derrick Lewis fight like he did against Curtis Blaydes, then you should be worried. Then it's like, oh, no, he's legitimately insane, and this won't be here for long. But I have a hard time believing he's going to do that. I think he's going to make it exciting, but he's going to get the win. He's going to go for that bonus, but he would do it later on after he gets Derrick down.
That's
Same
why
thing with Alex. Same thing with Cyril Gahn. He can beat Cyril and Alex if he's smart and uses wrestling.
Sure.
But if he's going to fight the way he did against Curtis Blaydes, against those upper echelon strikers, buddy, it's going to be a short night.
That's why, like what I said in the last episode, I still hold as much as like he's won me over even more, and he was who I chose for this fight. I still feel like I want to see, and it's like the reason why. Remember last episode you said like he beats Curtis, he could be in the running for the title. I still just as a fan want to just see more of him, and we
still don't know
because you don't know.
Still don't know.
We don't know what happens when he goes against someone who with that kind of knockout power yet.
The only thing is, you did get some questions answered on Saturday night. It's like, okay, his gas tank's pretty fucking
Great
good.
gas tank.
Great gas tank. B, great wrestling.
But the power.
C, so great gas tank, can take a shot, and he didn't crumble when he got hit. So those are three big question marks to be a perennial contender. Like, okay, now 4 would be, can I execute a different game plan than just this rock'em sock'em robot? Because he has the skills. Does he want to do it? Or B, does this get to his head and he's like, I'm on the White House card, I need that $1 million bonus, I'm going to do the same thing against Derrick Lewis? Well, then that's a bad idea.
Yeah, because this is a very old school reference, but Randy Couture, when he went heavyweight, he was able to still just outskill everybody, and he wasn't going to be like have knockout power at heavyweight.
Well, think about it, he got clipped by Brock Lesnar.
But that's what I was going to say. Once he ran up against a guy like Brock, who had that kind of,
that size.
And Brock wasn't a power puncher, but he was just so much bigger than Randy. So that's what I wonder how it goes, because he's like a Randy Couture at that weight, where he's definitely very, very undersized.
Yeah, there's still a lot of questions on him.
And I'm not doubting him for 1 second.
Nor should you.
But all I'm just saying is I just want to see more data I want to see more of him. That's why like him getting rushed to a title for me was just like, that would have made me like, I don't know enough to say yet. Like, that's why him against Derrick Lewis is going to show, okay, this is how he fights against a grappler. This is how he fights against a heavy-handed striker. Now we know enough to how does he do against some of these top 3 guys.
And I think it's brilliant what they're doing with him, too, because the heavyweight division has some stuff figured out, right? You got the Alex versus Cyril Gahn in the White House. He'll fight in the White House. But you just don't you don't go from unranked, beat Curtis Blaydes, then jump to a title. I know the division's shitty, but it's not that shitty. So you beat Derrick Lewis. It's still not enough for me to give him a title shot. I think you go, he went Curtis Blaydes, right? Now he's in the top 5. You beat Derrick Lewis, who's a dangerous opponent, but you're still a high caliber guy. It's a good win. Let's see if you can do it. And then you fight the winner of Volkov and Costa.
Yeah.
And then we're title shot. So he's 2 fights away from a title shot.
Yeah, I'd like to see him against Volkov before he even gets it.
Volkov would answer a lot more questions for us. I think if he fought a Costa, he'd beat the brakes off of him.
Think so?
Yep.
For me, it's still like I'm rooting for him because he gives.
How can you not?
Yeah, I'm rooting for him because he's someone that's actually going to make people want to like, dude. love him or hate him, Conor McGregor, his mic skills are what got him, obviously
It's what made him like
his knockout power. And
it's what made him an outlier.
Yeah. But
on top of his skill set.
How many people have had great skill sets, but they got on the mic and they're just like, all
The
right.
majority of them.
And you're just like, okay, yeah, I love watching him fight, but there's nothing in that lead up that builds that excitement.
And that's to defend the UFC too. They're like, oh, they can't build stars. It's like, well, they're not dealing with a lot either.
Yeah.
So they can build stars. Look at Hokit. They went, oh shit, we got one. White House card. This is how they build stars. So the UFC can do it, especially when they try. The UFC goes, okay, we have something special here. Let's put the marketing rocket ship on him. They're doing it for Hokit now. Him fighting at the White House is wild. And the UFC is seeing the numbers, the social media numbers, like, okay, this Hokit guy people are paying attention to. Now let's get him on the White House card. That builds it even bigger. They still know how to do it. They just have to try. That being said, they also need guys who are stars.
Yeah.
That's their biggest. It's not necessarily that it's a UFC staff issue where, we're just going to coast in Paramount deal, $7.7 billion. We don't have to market anybody. No. They don't have anybody to market. It's a problem of not having the talent and the stars. It's not that the UFC doesn't want them. We haven't had anybody come along to Josh Hokit pull this off. And now the heavyweight division has been a shell of itself, right? Hokit puts life into that. They just announced they signed Gable Steveson.
That's a banger, right? I saw that at like 1 a.m. I was going to send it to you, but I was like, he's sleeping.
And so Gable's down here.
He
looked weird next to John. I'll give you that. But
he looks a little skinny.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't
So
it?
Gable's down here still. Because remember, Gable's last fight before he got to the UFC, his last fight, there's some issues with the striking. He got wheel kicked, and you're like, all right.
Got a chin on him.
You got a chin on him. But he's still not, you wouldn't put Gable Hokit. Like that doesn't make sense. Like Gable still has to earn his keep. We've had wrestlers come in before and get dealt with. So Gable's probably 4 away from a top fight. Give him the same treatment that Josh got. Let's build the momentum. Build the star.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do. So people are like, oh, Stevenson, Hokit. It's like, what the fuck? No, you haven't earned that right to fight Hokit. What Hokit did on Saturday night and what he risked, you haven't earned. No. You got 2 to 3 away from you get there.
Also, don't put him against Hokit because what do you want him to take out your one guy who's making the heavyweight interesting?
And we're all talking about it, so why not build Stevenson up, like build Gable up, build, and then it has to be undeniable. Hokit, Stevens, let's do this.
Yeah, you don't want to give him the heavyweight equivalent of an RDR for Bo Nickal because then you're like, wow, that hype train just died.
And
fast.
remember, RDR was a former champion in another promotion, then came over. He was older. He was ready.
Was he a 2-weight division? Or just one?
Light heavyweight and middleweight.
Yeah,
and then even tried to go triple to heavyweight and lost.
Yeah.
So with Stevenson, like he still has, he's still not. He's still green when it comes to MMA. He's not like a RDR or these other guys that come over, like a Yuri, that have a ton of experience. Like Stevenson, what's he have, 3, 4 fights? Like, let's slow down. Let's go. Let's do it right and build to stardom.
Yeah.
Build to stardom.
They're trying to, you can't do it. Brock Lesnar was a one-time deal where you could just throw him in against the biggest dogs and shit just happened. That's not reality.
No, different animal.
Yeah, I with Hokit, I think that I think at least 2 more fights of just seeing where he stands with different types of fighters.
You win at the White House, you get everybody talking about you, then you do a title eliminator against the winner of Volkov or Costa, and then title shot. He's 2 away.
Do you think Tom should be ready by then?
100%.
Yeah.
Tom's the worst matchup for him.
That's a tough fight. Yeah, because Tom is good at everything that he's good at.
I mean, I would say he definitely has the upper. The things that he has over Tom would be hand speed. Even though Tom has fast hands, he don't have his fast.
Tom has fast hands though.
Not as fast as him, but either way,
yeah, his boxing is elite.
A little bit of speed advantage I would give towards Hokit against anybody, just because he's undersized, so you're going to be quicker. You have that, and then the wrestling, he has a huge advantage over Aspinall. Aspinall ain't taking him down. Aspinall is going to get taken down, but Aspinall, great jiu-jitsu, bigger, agile. Like stylistically, there couldn't be a worse matchup for him.
He cleans people's clocks with one hit sometimes.
Aspinall's a problem. Aspinall's a problem.
Yeah.
But then Aspinall still has work to do. He has to fight the winner, he has to fight the winner of Poton and Cyril Gahn, and then who knows what happens there.
I have a question for you about Poton. I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that Poton might be a little down in the sense that, like, I feel like he jumped up to heavyweight for, like, and I could be wrong. For John. And then now there's no John. So he's like, I guess I'm at heavyweight now. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. And that was like,
because now that just ruined the 205 fight. Division.
Yeah, but that being said, if you're a Poton fan, like that John fight's a terrible fight for him.
Yeah.
Stylistically, he'd been a big underdog. Cyril Gahn, he can beat. John, I didn't really see him beating. So it was like he was doing it for the payday. If you land it, you're the greatest of all time. So there's a huge upside. But odds are you're going to lose that fight. Cyril Gahn, we're a better striker than him. Mm-hmm. If we land, this thing's over. We don't have to worry about getting taken down. His grappling's dog shit. So it's like this is a favorable fight, and we become a 3-time champ.
Yeah.
So there's that. Like if I'm Poton, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this. I can be 3-time champ. With John, I was like, holy fuck, I'm fighting the GOAT and at heavyweight, and he can wrestle his ass off. It's gonna be a tough fight, but if we land, we win, especially early in the round. But if we don't, we're fucked.
Yeah, I mean it's because Alex he has a track record of fighting so many. He fights a lot of fights, and unless he learned his lesson after burning out from the Magomed fight, it feels like this is the longest I've seen him get ready for. Obviously, he has to gain the weight and stuff. I just think
he's a big game hunter now. With the amount of money they pay him, he knows he doesn't have a ton left. So it's like, all right, I'll do the Cyril Gahn fight, become a triple champ. I'll do that. Then I'll fight Aspinall. It's not really in his favor. That's tough. Maybe I could, if I'm big game hunting, I think Hamzat's going to come up to 205. I can fight Hamzat at 205. We can do. So do
you think there's a chance that maybe he did do this for John and just goes, I guess while I'm here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's do this historic fight. Oh, you didn't sign him? Well, fuck,
man. You drove to Disney.
I put all this weight on.
Yeah.
He drove to Disney and Splash Mountain's closed.
Yeah.
We'll take the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, we'll go to Universal Studios, I guess.
All good, baby.
Yeah.
We're still here. Yeah. We're in the area.
Yeah. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, agree. But yeah, Hokit is a bona fide star, man.
Also, Aaron Pico, I fucking said it.
Yes.
I said it.
He looked phenomenal. He looked absolutely phenomenal.
He learned, because like we said, like, you know, he's coming from a different type of environment where he can get away with certain type of stuff, and then you come to the UFC and you get caught. It looks like he learned his lesson, and he looked great. He
looked like the Aaron Pico we've all been waiting for. Some people go, oh, let's not push him. And buddy, he's 29.
He's ready.
If there
was ever a time, it's right now.
Well, now it's like he's not a guy that will continue to hold the reins on. It's like Bellator did that. Mm-hmm. Bellator pushed him too soon. Then they pulled the reins back. Like he's been through that. Like he's 29. It's time to get going. So it's like you beat Patricio Pitbull. They're paying you a good amount of money. You had a good performance against Murphy, but you got caught. So he's up in that upper echelon. You give him a big fight. I heard some people mention John Silva. I like Yair Rodriguez, Aaron Pico, but you toss him to the wolves. He's 29. He's been this prodigy. It's time to get going.
Sink or swim.
And then if he loses and gets stone cold knocked out by Yair or Silva, okay, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But we got to find out. Mm-hmm. And he looked fantastic, so it's time to find out. Is he the guy who we all want him to be? He looked like it against Patricio Pitbull. Older guy, not as dangerous as some of the other guys, but it's time to get going. There's no, let's give him a few more. No. Shut the fuck up. We're pushing him to the front. It's now or never. Mm-hmm. And then if it doesn't work out, all good. Yeah. He just wasn't the guy. Mm-hmm. But it's time we find out.
By the way, what you said about Johnny Walker before, I knew going to that fight after he got starched by a 19-year-old, I feel like I think he got gun shy.
Oh, yeah.
I think he got gun shy because, you know, like you expect the Johnny Walker fight to be fireworks, crazy moves, like doing shit. You're like, what is he do? Like almost like sometimes you're like, what is he doing? You know?
I know.
And then this fight, he was just so conservative that I'm like, I wonder if he's a little gun shy now.
There couldn't be anything worse because like with Dominick Reyes too, it's like, buddy, you had a chance to jump the queue. And then Paulo Costa said, oh, you've been at light heavyweight for a while? That's cool. Check that. Oh, Russian? Undefeated? Cool.
I bet John Jones being there live to see that was so happy.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the guy you said beat me?
This is the guy. But Paulo Costa, you know, a lot of people aren't talking about him. I think everyone was wrong on that.
Nope.
Oh, you picked Paulo?
Yeah.
Chin was the only one to get him right.
Here's the thing with Paulo Costa is he's so talented, but you never know if he's actually into it. You never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest Gump says, you never know what you're going to get. Paulo Costa is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. If Paulo's focused and he wants to win and he trained properly and he's going to be the typical Paulo Costa that's the size and the tenacious and all that, he's tough to beat. Or he's not, and you didn't come prepared, and it's the Luke Rockhold fight, and you're like, fuck, right? You got the best version of Paulo Costa. I love him at 205, and now I don't see why you wouldn't push him to the top. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now, no one's really talking about him or talking about Aaron Pico. There's a little Yuri talk. It's because the fucking Hokit Finanza is going on. It's just Hokit just stole the fucking show. It's the greatest heavyweight fight I've ever seen on TV. You could say Mark Hunt, Bigfoot Silva, but remember, someone tested positive there. So you're like, all right, that one has a little asterisk next to it. The pace that Hokit set, man, it stole the fucking show. It stole the fucking show.
You know what, too? Right now, the light heavyweight division, it's like the king just walked off the throne. And now everybody underneath in Game of Thrones is trying to figure out who's going to get the throne next. And there's so many variables right now.
Well, let's talk about
now is a great time for him to bump up.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Like, I'll admit that I was like, I don't know if we're getting a washed. Like, a lot of people could have said that, you know, he's not the same guy as ever since he's pre-Izzy. Like,
Yes.
this fight was pre-Izzy, Paulo Costa, and we haven't seen that in so long that I definitely underrated him. I'm willing to admit it. I was wrong about him.
I think most people were, though.
I didn't know how his power was.
I thought they were setting him up.
I didn't know how his power was going to look at 205. His power looked great.
I didn't know if he'd come out of shape or what. And also, Donald Trump was a little weird, huh?
Yeah, he's like, you are handsome.
He's like, you're way too handsome to be a fighter. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, thanks, gay boy. It's like, what the fuck?
He was talking
dude?
the way like your grandma talks to you. You're so handsome.
Yeah, it's like, he was like, yeah. I want to talk to you about the Iran war, but thanks.
It was uncomfortable.
You're way too handsome to be a fighter. Hey, man, quit trying to suck me off, dude.
Hey, dude, we're on an island right now.
Yeah,
Don't
buddy.
Be weird.
We're definitely not an island, so cut the shit. That was so weird.
That was uncomfortable.
And Paulo goes, okay, I'm not
Yeah.
gay, bro, but should you be more worried about the war?
He couldn't turn to Hunter Campbell
sucking
fast
me
enough.
off?
He was like, hey, anyway.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wow. I've been waiting all my life to meet you, and this is terrible.
That was uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, super gay, too. Yeah, man, but when you talk about Yuri,
You got to talk about the
you gotta
elephant
tell
in the room.
dude, your text is the best, right? We have this group chat with all of us, and obviously Yuri let that one go and fucked himself in the post-fight comments. So as soon as he loses, Nick goes, man, you got bit by those ants for no reason.
Yeah, what was that?
If I'm his wife, I'm next time, I'm like, hey, motherfucker, no. There's no more escaping to the woods, getting bit by ants, fucking training in Mexico. All that shit stops.
Yeah.
All that shit stops. You're going to train here. You're going to act fucking normal.
Yeah.
This whole live by the code, it stop the shit. You're losing fights.
I don't know if you're
And Yuri goes, yeah, I felt bad for him and all this. Like, well, hold on. You're contradicting yourself. You're saying two different things. Yuri's issue is he beats everybody on the roster as long as they don't have one punch KO power. And they fight at a high. You have to be a very high level striker to beat him. But if you have that one punch knockout power, it's his Achilles heel. It's his kryptonite.
Yeah.
So Poatan, he tried playing the same shit because again, he's very unconventional, which will take you a far way to a certain point. If you don't have the fundamentals, those guys at a very, very high level can eventually get your time and you're fucked. And that's what's happened with Yuri. So Yuri goes, yeah, I felt bad for him. It's like, well, it didn't look that way because our boy Oberg blows his fucking ACL out. You see his calf go, what up? It like popped out, right? So you see him blow his calf out and it was on his back leg. So he's kicking the front leg over and over and over and over. And then I think he just was like, oh, we got a wounded animal here. I no longer have to care about defense. I'm just going to rush in. And the angel on the show went, you don't forget about his check hook, though. That's, remember for fucking 8 weeks when you're getting bit by ants and hiding from your wife in the fucking woods and shit while she's pregnant? Remember all those sacrifices? The one thing I told your ass, don't rush in because of his check left hook motherfucker. And what's this fucking fake samurai warrior do? This fucking guy, the guy has one leg. The only move he can fucking pull off, because he has a front leg, not a back leg. You need your front leg for a check hook. Is your check fucking hook? And he goes, fuck it. You're like, buddy, you just gave up the light heavyweight championship of the world. You've done all, you got bit by ants. You trained in Mexico. You don't talk to your wife for fucking weeks.
You avoided the cartel.
You avoided the cartel. You've done all this wild shit for that. And then he goes, it's just the samurai code. No, bitch. Because you're saying one thing and you're not taking accountability. It's your fight IQ is some of the worst I have ever seen at a championship level. And now you're what, 1 for 4 in title fights? And now Oberg blows his fucking ACL out, so he's on the mend for probably 9 months if we do it right. And that's why Hamzat's going to come up. That's why Hamzat, it's a big if. We'll get into that when the time comes. If Hamzat gets past Strickland, he's saying fuck this noise. He's going to go up. He's going to go up to 205. And who the fuck is going to stop him?
No, he's like Jaws swimming around.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's easy pickings. As Dana says, it's like beating up babies.
You know what really bothered me about the Yuri thing? Because I sat there like, after he got knocked out, I sat there like a soldier doing the 1,000-yard stare. I was just like, oh my God. And what bothered me is when he said, I shouldn't have showed mercy, that sounded like cope to me. It felt like embarrassed. He was embarrassed because mercy isn't when someone's leg is blown out to kick their other leg out. That was just bad game plan.
It's an IQ.
He was looking for a highlight moment and he became the highlight.
Correct.
That's what happened. He's
100%.
embarrassed. So he was saying mercy. Yeah, you didn't kick the injured leg, but you were also trying to chop his other leg out.
You're trying to chop his other, and then you kept pointing down to slug it out.
Yeah, that's not mercy.
That's not mercy. If you wanted mercy, you would have just pranced around, avoided damage, used your footwork, let it go to the second round, and in between the rounds, they would have stopped the fight. You would have been the light heavyweight champion of the fucking world and lived to fight another day. Now, you're back to the queue.
Because if you can't beat him a one-legged version of Oldberg, you're not beating two-leg version.
Not happening.
And honestly, if mercy's putting your chin in the air, then that's just dumb. That's not mercy. That's dumb.
And him and Dominick Reyes just didn't do themselves any fucking favors with their post-fight.
All he showed was that, like, I'm not a champion. That's not how a champion fights.
And the biggest red flag, if you're a Yuri fan, which I am, I think I love Yuri. I love you. I love everything.
The whole time he's welcome to the ring.
He's a fan favorite. He's one of my very favorites. He's must-see TV. But the biggest red flag is he's not taking accountability why he lost this fight, why he lost the Potan fight. The reason you're losing it is because your defense, the glaring holes in your defense, your fight IQ it gets by 9 out of 10 guys in the top 10. But when you get to a certain level where these guys are high-level strikers, you have a glaring hole and you refuse to address it. You refuse to address it. And if you think I showed him mercy, that's why I lost, you're so fucking wrong, you will never be champ.
Well, you said it perfectly the last fight. That's why it's funny when people say, like, you should manage people. You actually put the game plan down perfectly. You should be grappling him and wearing him down the first 2 rounds. He didn't know that. All he did was become the most predictable hit, like, target, because everything was just up, down. He's going up, down, up, down. If you just time that the right way and just wait till he comes in while he's doing his little up, down, it's just Chin City.
And for high-level guys, that's so easy to do. Mm-hmm. They just download your data. You might have a little success early on. I'm going to download your data. As soon as you do this bullshit the second round, this thing's over.
How hard is it to time someone who's doing up, down, leg kick, up, down? It was
crazy. Crazy.
Like, it was textbook. Just watch the movements, watch the patterns, and you could chin him. And he was coming in with his hands down, and you're like, what are you doing?
That's what he does. But
that
again,
mercy?
it's worked for him.
And it sounds like I'm talking shit. I like Yuri. That's why I was mad that.
No, we're not
that
talking
happened.
shit. It's frustration.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to be champ. I wanted a Yuri Hamzat fight.
Yeah.
I wanted these two fucking warriors. One from Chechnya, one from Poland, where the fuck he's from.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. I wanted that showdown. Now I don't get it.
No.
Now your champs on the fucking mend on the shelf for probably 9 months at least. They won't strip him. That'd be stupid. There's gonna be an interim belt. It's gonna be Hamzat. He'll win that, and then Olberg comes back from his knee injury, and he's gonna get fucking Hamzat. Hamzat's gonna clean up the division.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. Such a
Great card though.
like.
Great card.
Because if he would have played it the right way, you beat him. Now you don't have to worry about this guy who on two legs just dog walks you.
Yeah, it keeps the division going. Now it's fuck, literally worst case scenario.
Another
Oh,
stall.
Fuck.
Now you got Hamzat who fights maybe once a year. Now you got the champion at this weight who is out for maybe 9 months. Then you got the heavyweight champ who's injured. How many champions do we have that now we have to wait for? This holds so many. Now we have 3 divisions in a row that are just like, what's going on?
Here's what else you got to worry about: is Hamzat's not an active champion either.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why. So
Because you got Hamzat, who's maybe fighting once a year. He's
Once a
too
year.
busy wrestling with people all around the world. And then you got
then Ramadan.
Then you
and all that
got
shit.
light heavyweight where the champion's injured. Then you got heavyweight division, the heavyweight injured, and we're like,
But what's the common thread through all this? Poton. So this is what I could see happen is, let's say, and I think he is an underdog. Let's say Poton at the White House, he gets clipped and TKO'd. By the time Olberg's ready, I bet you Poton's like, fuck heavyweight, dude. Fuck this. I felt better at 205. Olberg's the one that everyone wanted to see. I'll go back and fight him. That he has the belt.
Yeah.
And regains his title there, and then probably rides off in the sunset. So for Poton, it's like he's aiming for the moon, trying to be heavyweight champ. If for whatever reason it doesn't happen, all good. Now Olberg, which is a great matchup, especially now I want to see it even more with that one punch knockout power. Now you got to fight. Now you got a story.
Yeah.
All right. The reigning champ left to go fight heavyweight, didn't work out, and you beat the guy that he beat. Well, let's see you two fucking duke it out. So it's a great fight.
Yeah.
So this is just all this is better for Poton.
and Alex can cut the he can cut the weight. So that would be crazy to see light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. That's a cool 2 belts to have.
Yeah. No, the business is a booming right now. For the UFC,
But it's also in a weird place because you have so many injured champions. You got Pantoja, who I still see as a champion, injured. Like Van is like the temporary
Yeah.
placeholder for him.
but with Pantoja, it's like,
Yeah.
smaller. Okay. But then it's the UFC, it's in a weird place. It's in a transitional place. And it's not, and listen, I give my criticism to them. I just want more effort. I want effort like they had 10 years ago. That's when I get upset. But overall, when you look at things, you got the White House card coming up. You got Strickland, Hamzat. You got Josh Hokit at the White House. You got Poton. You got fucking Poton Cyril Gahn, dude. You got Aspinall coming back, dude. You got fucking all these great fights. You got JDM Pratas coming up. Like there's a lot. You got Gable Steveson. They just signed him. You got a lot of cool shit coming up. It's easy to hate because they've made it.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I'll hate more than a lot of people. Mine isn't hate. Mine's not hate.
It's expectations.
Mine is expectations and a level that they used to be at, and now that they don't have to, they're not putting the effort in. That's when I get upset. That's when I get upset. But again, it's not hate. I just want them to put a little more effort in. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where my criticism comes from.
I will say though, having Hokit on the White House card actually is this fight that I didn't see coming, that I actually go, oh, this is going to make things a lot more interesting. Because now you got someone at press conferences who's going to make things
Brother,
so fun leading up to it.
Here's the thing. Hokit be on the White House card. The White House card, it's a great card. It's good. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Now that Hokit's on it, I can't wait. Netflix MVP who?
Yeah.
Josh Hokit, oh my God, I get to see him again, and he's gonna do all the weird antics and make people feel all weird. Dude, and at the White House, you don't think He's going to say
gonna be
some
fun.
outlandish shit in front of all those weirdos from Epstein Island sitting in the front row. You don't think he's going to throw reference to that? And you don't like that? You're out of your fucking mind. Oh, and the guy can fight his ass off. And he's earned every single bit of it. Nobody deserves it more. There's not much you can hate on.
And he needs to come out to Hulk Hogan's theme song, I'm a Real American.
Yeah.
He has to come out to that.
Yes.
Has to. Because that's going to be badass. And come out Hulkamania style
Yes.
at the White House
Yep.
would be so
So
fucking
great.
cool.
And just talk shit to like Russia and Iran and shit.
would
He's the
love
guy
that.
we need.
Yeah.
And y'all didn't know it, neither did I. He's the guy we need to put the UFC back on the map, to get people fucking caring, to bring back the heavyweight division. He's the walk-on from Fresno State. Y'all, including myself, didn't know we needed.
Well, that's the reason why I wanted Conor on the card, because you're like, oh, we're gonna get some real shit talk leading up to this. I didn't care because of his karate stance. I cared because I wanted that awesome. Like, he builds fights. He makes that fun
better.
lead up. Like, that's what I want. And even though Hokit's not here yet, he's still giving me that thing that I want, that I thought was kind of missing from the card.
Yeah, and I love it because, and it's, you can tell it's playful. It's still like his rhymes and all. It's kind of, even Curtis Blaydes like, what the fuck? It's
Chael Sonnen, but
you know what it is? You know what he is? This is spot on. You know what he is? It's Monday, baby. You know what he is? He's Andy Kaufman. He's the Andy Kaufman of the UFC. He's fucking, that's what he's doing. He's fucking Andy Kaufman. If Andy had a fucking world-class wrestling and boxing.
Yeah.
He's Andy Kaufman.
he's got to wrestle Laura Sanko in a blow-up pool now.
He's Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
It's where it's so weird and stuff. It's like, what the fuck? But you're talking about it.
Yep.
Let's take a little break and we'll jump right back into glazing Hokit. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying. So much work goes into this thing that you're not entirely sure that will ever work out. It can be hard to make that leap of faith, but trust me, I know. I get it. I make a lot of leaps. I do it. Some work out, some don't. So I get it. So when I started this podcast, Drive Fast All Gas, everything I do, I was like, man, what am I going to do? What if it fails? What about this? What about this? Well, if I need to sell stuff, and that's where Shopify comes in. Cha-ching! Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. from household names like the big dogs to Drive Fast All Gas to the T-Fat-K. We've used Shopify forever, all right? Get the word out there like you have your own marketing team behind you. Easy to create email, social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. All right, Shopify has the best customer support 24/7. And did I mention they have that little purple Shop Pay, which I use on car parts all the time? Gets me in trouble because it's too easy. It's too easy, but it helps those businesses convert just like we do. It's time to turn those what ifs into cha-chings with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase, SCHAB, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Schaub. That's shopify.com/Schaub. Cha-ching. All right, Jim, what do we got, buddy? Oh, also, was it one of the episodes last week? We do so many damn episodes now, which I'm thankful of. But we talked about in the comments, leave Schaub show or a big round breakdown.
Yeah.
Dude, and people...
Overwhelmingly.
I said in the YouTube comments, I got so many DMs, people were like, big round breakdown, fuck Schaub show. I'm like, whoa. Not fuck it, right?
People love the shit. People like Big
Yeah.
Brown Breakdown.
Which we're going
It
to do.
was not even close.
It wasn't even close.
No.
So we'll make that change. We couldn't do it this week because I need to get a new sign. We'd have to get a new sign, but I'm sure we can order one or something.
I mean, we know people that make, even like Brian. Brian's great at making signs.
Yeah, we need it fast
Callan
though.
makes signs?
We'll find. Yeah, Callan's making signs.
Oh,
We'll find somebody out. We'll find someone out here. I can just.
That'd be
order
cool.
one.
Yeah, like a local artist would be dope.
Yeah, and then we need, because we have the old Big Brown Breakdown graphic, but it's
old
look
school.
19 on there.
Yeah.
But we have the intro. We just need someone that can make graphics. So if you're a graphic artist, we need a dope Big Brown Breakdown graphics for the thumbnails, all that stuff, all the logos and shit. So reach out, either in YouTube comments, DM me. You can email the fighter and the kid shop at gmail.com.
DM me as well.
Or DM Nick.
Any of us,
So
yeah.
we're looking for a dope graphic artist that can do that stuff. We need something spicy, man.
Actually, the Korean Zombies guy hits me up all the time. Ted Park, he does like the logos and stuff for Korean Zombie. I'll hit him up and see
That'd
if
be
he can
dope.
make a cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Give us like that Korean zombie vibe
I know. It'd be
with that text and stuff.
something
That'd be
different,
sick. But Big Brown Breakdown overwhelmingly. So as soon as we get those graphics, we'll switch it. So if it's this week, we'll switch it by next week. If it's next week, we'll switch it the following week. But Big Brown Breakdown it is. We back, baby.
Yeah, I mean, by a freaking landslide. I told you, man, when Showtime came in, they changed it to below the belt. That was my biggest thing. I was like, fuck, dude, why'd you change it to below the belt?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is business, whatever.
Can I give a quick little shout out?
Yeah, please.
So the one show that I'm not selling very good on right now is Stamford, Connecticut, New York Comedy Club, Stamford. I'm going to be there on the 22nd. So if you guys are in the Stamford area, make sure you come out.
What
Show
day
some
is that?
love, people.
I think that is let me see, the 22nd. That's a Wednesday. That's a hard one.
Wednesday night in Connecticut. That's
That's a hard one.
Yeah, don't
So,
beat yourself up too bad on that one.
that's a tough one. So if you guys are around,
Go
I would
see 'em.
love to meet you guys.
Go see him. All right, what do we got, Jen?
All right, the first one is an old school wrestling match between Bo Nickal and Josh Hokit.
Now, this just shows you how good Bo Nickal is.
Yeah, he destroyed him, basically.
He mollywopped him, but Bo Nickal came out and said, he was like, hey, before you guys watch this, realize Josh Hokit is the only guy who actually tried to beat me. Like everyone else stalled and tried to, get it to
Just
go
survive.
the distance. Yeah, just stalled. He goes, Josh actually wanted to win, which is,
He looks so small next to Bo Nickal here, too, so he must have grown a lot since.
God, how fucking good is Bo Nickal at wrestling?
Yeah, he's badass in this clip.
Bo has the blue hair too. Yeah, Bo Nickal was
Well, pretty much he destroyed him in this entire match.
Caught the low single. Doesn't finish, but
still. But Bo was like, no, this isn't a video of me beating the shit out of Josh. He was like, you got to realize he's the only guy out of everyone I faced
Oh, look at that, dude.
in the tournament that actually tried to win.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
sick.
yeah, I assume most people who went against Bo Nickal would just stall for their life.
Terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his exact
there's Bo.
words.
Josh Hokit was the only guy I wrestled my senior year of college who actually
Yeah.
tried to beat me and not just stall.
So that's a lot of praise. This one's kind of stupid because Chad Ochocinco always talks smack, but
Man,
he
I almost-
says,
all the cool shit we got going on, Chen, you bring up this.
I have a lot.
Ocho
So.
Cinco, who's 60 fighting.
But of all people he wants to call out, Izzy.
Yeah, I'm not even going to entertain this.
All right, we'll move on. Let's go. Oh, so the one that you commentated on, the fight with
Yeah, Anthony
Anthony
Smith,
Smith
looked great
and
at
Chase
heavyweight.
Sherman.
Oh, and I posted, go ahead and turn the volume up because me commentating.
Off the center line, using angles.
You look good.
He's like when he's the hammer, he's always great.
Right hand, that's what led to the takedown. Look at this easy rear naked. Chase Sherman tapped as soon as it went under his chin. And I know his three girls, they're in the arena tonight. Whenever I know your kids are watching, I'm like, oh, buddy, don't mess this up. Having your kids watching.
He had his
it, nothing
kids
worse.
watching.
You know how old he made me feel. Like, hey, remember my little girl? And I'm like, yeah, she's a little kid. He's like, here she is, 14, 6'2". She's his size.
His daughter's huge.
What?
Yeah.
6'2"?
And they're freak athletes.
Damn.
And the other one wrestles. She's a monster.
You kind of mogged him in that picture.
Yeah, on the beach, if you go to my Instagram, Chin,
You look
it's
way
someone
bigger than him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But he, so I said just heavyweight stroll on the beach. If you go to the one with me and Jorge, it's in that fold there. Keep going. There we are.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you mogged him in that one.
Yeah, he's 245 pounds. Your boy big right now. But he shoulders for days.
Here's the biggest I've seen you.
Yeah, I'm so
Is
strong.
this the biggest you've been?
And in shape. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Just lifting, eating right, and then doing fight camp.
Do you
Yeah.
do something specific for your traps?
Nope.
You just-
built like a stingray, dog. So so people were making fun of me for wearing shoes on the beach, and because I kind of set myself up for it because I was like just two heavyweights strolling on the beach. I wasn't strolling on the beach. I was eating lunch with my wife. So right in front, behind the camera is the restaurant.
Okay.
I wasn't strolling on the beach.
You just
I don't
on
wear
there?
sandals in general because I think they're for gays. But when you're on the beach, I go barefoot like a true man. But
I
yeah,
wear shoes on the beach. New Yorkers all do.
yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
I didn't know either. I don't know the DR. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Glass, dude.
Yeah.
Broken bottles.
The beaches in New York, like
Needles
especially
and
Orchard
shit?
Beach,
Yeah.
has fucking syringes and shit. You got to wear shoes.
Nah, I wear shoes all the time. Even in my house, I always have my shoes on. But
That's gross.
yeah.
And the syringes on the beach in New York don't have what I want in them.
No,
Not
no, no.
peptides and test.
Oh, people are giving Jorge shit for his hair.
I just saw it right now. That's
You're
why I
like,
was
is he wearing
whoa.
Looks like a hairnet.
yeah.
So he's definitely losing. He probably like had transplant.
Oh, I can't say anything, but obviously, me and Jorge talked for a hot second out there. I know who they offered him to fight. I'll tell you guys off air because I can't do that to him.
Really?
Because I went up to him like, dude, let me break the news. You versus Connor happening? He's like, no, they offered me this guy, huge name, but he's not taking it.
I bet you I can guess.
Go ahead.
But is his first name started with a J?
No,
No.
Another J.
no.
Interesting.
But yeah, the fights were great. And then check this out. So Lex goes, well, we're at the production meeting, and he goes, hey, man, so between the main event and co-main event,
Oh, it starts with a C.
nope. He goes, between the main event and co-main event, we're going to have the main event for the early May card in Miami is Hector Lombard and Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
And they fucking hate each other. They're such bad blood. Like they want to,
Really?
they don't want to fight. They want to literally kill each
Yeah.
other. So he goes, neither one of them know that they're both at this event. The first time they see is when they see each other at this event. And I go, oh, it seems like a bad idea. He goes, no, we have like 8 security guards. I go, those Dominicans over there? Those aren't security. Those are guys that just got hired this morning and they put on black shirts that
Yeah,
say
they're going to
security.
go, I know security, puppy.
Yeah, no. And then Lex like, well, you could jump in the middle too. I'm like, no. You don't pay me enough to do that.
Yeah.
So they tell us on the broadcast right before they go, hey, so we're not doing the stare off between Yoel and Hector. They said unless they can actually physically harm each other, they can't face off. I'm like, oh, wow. This is like legit hatred. And
You don't want to get in the middle of that.
No, you're not
Fucking
paying me
Yoel will
enough.
bite your nose off.
No. I want no part of that.
I'm pretty sure it has to do with chicks. Because I remember
There's
something happened.
there's a lot of shit. It's more than that. They're like 2 pit bulls fighting pit bulls, and if they see each other, it's on
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
That's why. And I asked Hector, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You can't. He goes, no, on site. As soon as I see him, I'm gonna fight him.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, but get paid for it. He goes, no, I don't care about pay. I don't give a fuck about any of that. He goes, I'd fight him at a restaurant. I'd fight him here. I'd fight him in the stands. They hate each other.
Ugh.
And
Okay.
when I hear that, I'm like, I can't wait for this fight.
Yeah. The fight itself, I love.
Yeah.
Even do you remember Lorenzo Hunt, that like BKFC?
Yeah.
They did a little stare down, and Hector fucking smacked him in the head right there, just from the stare
When
down.
I saw Hector, I went up to him and he was like talking to somebody. I just grabbed his arm. I went, what's up, freak? He's like, oh, Brendan. Like, grabbed me. Like, oh my God.
Those traps are insane.
Yeah, he's a scary dude.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so yeah, this is. I mean, you probably can describe this better, but
I mean, how else can you describe? But
people are saying what?
even Gable's comment.
Yo, pause. I haven't seen this. What is it?
All right, so it's apparently them. People think they kiss.
Is this
they
real or
kiss.
is this AI?
No, it's real.
That's real.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
What's going on here, John?
No. He just put his head like in his shoulder.
What are y'all doing?
I think he's saying something in his ear.
Yeah.
No,
Is he saying it into his mouth?
No, he's just whispering something in his mouth.
I got to tell you a secret. And John opens his mouth.
Why were they so excited about this? Is that their guy or
That's
something?
crazy.
Gable goes, yo,
That's a
pause.
smooch.
No, he's just saying something to him.
Yeah, to me it doesn't look.
It looks smoochy to me, dude.
So did you kiss him?
We had a fun wager on the match. Bro was leaning back and I was holding him on the chair. This camera angle is crazy. This guy goes, stop lying.
His memes.
Dude, it looked passionate.
Dude,
They're close.
they're super close.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Alrighty. What's next? Yeah, so you guys already pretty much talked about this.
Yep.
But Hokit versus Derrick Lewis to the UFC
Love
White
it.
House card. That's gonna be dope. Oh, this is about the signing of Gable Steveson. That Dana was talking
The
about.
broadcast tonight that I think everybody thought it was inevitable at some point, but Gable Steveson is on your roster now, debuting at International Fight Week. What do you think the ceiling is for him? I guess, how do you handle him, right? He's a hot prospect.
Ceiling's hot.
Kind of take it step by
Biggest
step. Is he
prospect
somebody
we've
you
ever
think can move up the ladder pretty quickly? What do you kind of see the path being?
Yeah, I think you get him in the UFC. Everybody has those UFC jitters when they first get here.
Facts.
You give them a fight that there's no easy fights here, but we'll see how he does.
No opponent for him yet?
No.
John.
Hey, is it me or does Dana seem happier?
He does, even though he was weird about Josh Hokit. He was like, I don't really like that, but he did a good job.
Yeah.
Unless he's just playing the
He seems
game,
better. Usually he's super grumpy with the media. He seemed cool here.
which is interesting because they had a very low gate compared to usual.
That a low gate, yeah, the lowest they've ever had in Miami. And again, I don't think it's a product of just outpricing your fan base
And the economy right now.
the economy. The card didn't jump out I think they had Izzy Poton there. They've had some big fights there. I think even Colby and Jorge might have been there. But either way, they've had bigger fights, especially in that Miami area. So I don't think the card jumped out to them. And especially at those price points, you really got to have some bangers on there. So
I will say though, some of these cards that are getting looked at as who cares? Not that this is a who cares. I thought it was 8 out of 10. You thought it was a 9 out of 10. But without these huge names on the card, where everyone's kind of been like, I guess I'll just watch this for the Paramount price.
in order to get those big games.
They're been bangers.
Yeah, but in order to get those casuals out of the house,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be big names.
Sure.
That's what it is. So it's a product of the economy, the card. I'm not too worried about it. It's not great, but hopefully. And here's the thing: hopefully the UFC makes adjustments. Hopefully they just go, who gives a fuck if we sold the less we've by half, by almost 50%. Who cares if we sold 50% of the gate? Man, you should care.
Yeah.
The problem is they're like, we're still getting our 1.1 billion, bitches. It's like, no, I know, but
Yeah.
Look at the card though. This is kind of trippy. So this is $299. That's the one
O'Malley?
that sold. Yeah, that's the one that sold the 14.
We got Dustin
Mil?
on that.
yeah, you have Poirier, which is huge with the casual. You got Peter Yan, you got JDM, you got
MVP.
Curtis Blaydes, Gamrot, Macy Barber. Yeah,
Still, that's a huge jump though. 14 and 11.
I think it's the economy. People are being smart.
Yeah, and the price, the tickets, the way tickets have been priced, and just the way people nervous about where's my money, where's my food coming from?
We're going to war.
Gas is expensive.
Gas is crazy, especially diesel.
Yeah.
I just put my truck on a diet.
Yeah.
A diet.
What does that mean?
Got rid of the EGR, the DAF system, fully deleted. The thing's cooking.
You're speaking Chinese.
Still
to me.
need a tune though. All right.
Basically the computer. He changed the computer on it.
What else you got, Chin?
Let's see. No, not that one.
Boy, did PFL fuck up. You're like, yeah, we'll just put a card on the same time as the UFC. Nobody watched.
I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah, me neither. Sergio lost.
Let's go.
What's that Nina one?
Oh, I'll come back to it. But this this one real quick is the lead up to Hamzat versus Strickland. Dana White's not letting them come near each other. No kind of face off type of things because
I think you have to do something. I mean, you don't have to do the gay Paramount thing where they make them face off and hang out for days upon end, but you got to do something to build the bad blood.
But you don't want them to do anything stupid to where they can't do the fight.
We're going to beef up security, law forms, all of it. Hotels bumping each other up. So they're staying in two separate hotels.
Oh, I got a DM from someone from there said, question comes up a couple times. The show. I'm in Canada and we still have to pay for pay-per-view and we have Paramount here.
Weird.
Right?
Pay-per-view?
To me, that makes no sense.
That's a shame. That would be a big problem. If UFC was still doing the pay-per-view model with shitty cards, like you can give us some watered down cards and we're not paying as much. All right, you're not getting too many complaints. But when you're still having to pay for pay-per-view and you get these shitty cards, yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Very strange. I think it's only in America where the Paramount deal's happening.
Yeah, the other people are getting it on TNT and stuff like that.
HBO.
Yeah.
What's this, Jen?
So apparently they're building up to a fight between. So obviously Tyson Fury won his fight just recently over the weekend.
Yeah, I watched the whole card. Fury looked like he was just shaking off some ring rust. Boxing's really good about this. He's had one of the longest layoffs he's ever had. He could definitely tell, especially in his body, his love handles were out of control.
Yep, he already has.
Yeah, they're out of control. But he looked good. And then Anthony Joshua was sitting front row. But they're still it's this weird dance they're doing where it's been 10 years in the making. It's this weird dance where no one's really committing. So Eddie Hearn's like, well, we'll see. I'd like Anthony to get one. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, granted, Anthony Joshua, right? Two of his best friends passed away. I get all that. But if you're going to they say he's going to fight. So if you're going to fight, why do a warm-up one? Why not just make the fight everybody wants to fucking see? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There's this weird thing between them.
Yeah, so it seems like Tyson Fury is more on board because he's literally calling him out, but Anthony is saying, I'm gonna lead this dance.
Let's give the fight fans what they want. The Battle of Britain. And here's my challenge. I challenge you, Anthony Joshua, to fight me, the Gypsy King, next. Do you accept my challenge?
He sat there like Charles Xavier.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's a simple yes. I don't get it.
So you're going to fight tonight?
This is his response.
Tyson, you're a clout chaser. Here. I can't hear you. Give him this mic. Tyson, I've never had no problem getting in the ring with you. I punched you up when we were kids. And after watching you here tonight, I'll punch you up again. With all due respect, tonight is your night. And I'll sit across that ring from you in due time. You ain't going to tell me what to do. I've been chasing you for the last 10 years.
That's fair.
When you're ready, you come and see me and tell me your terms and conditions, and I'll have you in the ring when I'm ready. I'm the boss. You work for me. I'm the landlord. Remember that. I'm the landlord.
This just sounds like to me it's not happening.
No.
And then Tyson Fury in the post press, I think I sent you in the post presser, it was like, I'm not fighting, I'll retire and get fat and eat a bunch of fucking Cadbury eggs. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Joshua next. I'm not interested in boxing. I'll eat 1,000 Easter eggs, go up to 35 stone. I'm not interested. It's either him or I'm gone again. Not interested at all. I'm not interested in up-and-comers. I'm not interested in someone trying to prove a point.
Nor should he be.
Why
One
is
of
he
the
dressed
greatest to ever do it.
He's dressed like David Bowie.
Yeah, he is.
About belts. I only care now about AJ. That fight. That's the defining fight for British boxing. It's either going to happen or it's not.
I don't
Joshua next.
I don't get it. I'm with Tyson. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
I mean, he's probably in a bad place mentally right now, Joshua. And he already just made a shit ton of money to just box someone who's not a challenge at all.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he's off doing his own thing.
You know what, though? You owe it to the British public. What the fuck are you doing? Just fucking sign it, man.
It might be when he's ready.
I don't know.
No, but what you said, like the friends passing, he probably needs some time to heal up a little bit from that and then
He was in a
focus on
car
training.
accident.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally down to fight you next. I just need a little bit. It won't happen in the next 2 months, 3 months. Let's talk about it. 100%. That's my next fight. Boom. Then we're all crunk. But I'm the landlord. You bring your terms and conditions. We'll see. It's like, oh, fuck.
But it did say that was Netflix's post. They say it's going to happen in autumn. So
We'll see. We've heard that before.
Alrighty. And this is kind of crazy. I remember seeing stuff about this, but I didn't know if it was real. So Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod, he was apparently in Tijuana in a jail cell for the last 8 months. And so this is him training.
What did he do to get in there?
I tried to find it. I could not find anything.
That's his
And
jail
why
cell?
does he have streaming services in prison?
I know.
I'm glad he's out. They said Kevin Holland posted his bail.
Yeah, that's another crazy thing too. Like,
Does D-Rod not have anybody to help him out?
Spend all that bail money for no reason, and then I need Mike Malott. He gets past Gilbert Burns, and I like to fight Mike Malott. He doesn't get past Gilbert Burns, then somebody shoot him in the nuts and give me Burns.
Did you actually bail him out in D-Rod?
I mean, he said it. I need my
Oh, that means no.
that's so okay. So D-Rod said it. He says he did. He wants his rematch, but I don't know, because that's his
It's
loss.
a fun story. I'll run with it. Yeah, let's do it. But I'm just curious why D-Rod's in there.
I know.
He don't have any family or friends to bail him out way before? Also, what'd you do, man?
That's the thing I was most curious about, but I couldn't find shit. Anyway, so after Conor Benn won his fight, he bought 2 different supercars.
What do you get?
A Porsche, I believe? Yeah.
That's a Porsche. I hate convertibles, but that's a Turbo S. That's a F12 Ferrari Superfast. The F12 Superfast is badass. That's definitely
That's the Ferrari
That's
right there.
definitely more than $250,000.
And both look matte black-ish.
Yeah, Matte Black's weak, I think. Hides all the curves.
Oh, there's the D-Rod. He was allegedly involved in an incident where a gun was fired at a car window on a freeway.
That's it.
He wasn't in there that long, though, was he?
8 months.
Okay, that's a hot
Yeah, that's a long
second.
time. But just
He was
fire.
locked up for months in Mexico.
Apparently, he made friends with like the head guy. In
Yeah,
charge out there.
his jail cellmate was like the head guy.
The head guy. Think Dr. Squatch is some small, wholesome company. Burt's Bees, Native, think again. They've all been bought out by mega corporations, sold out to the man. Private equity firms who hijack these beloved brands we all know, come to love, all right, and fill them with the same corporate slop everyone else is doing. But one company isn't doing that, man. They're doing it different. That's Van Man, the Van Man Company. They started with Tallow Trend a few years back with their grass-fed tallow moisturizers, and they've been crushing it ever since with hit after hit of clean, nearly edible solutions to your everyday products. How do you think your boy's skin looks so good? That's right. They sent me a bunch of stuff. Your boy's using moisturizer now. My face, I look like 100% Native American. Now your boy's skin is popping. And that's because there's no filler garbage. Little goes a long way. This stuff actually lasts. I brought to the DR with me your boy, sunscreen buddy. I get moisturizer, baby. Ready to ditch the corporate chemicals? Go to vanman.shop/Schaub and use the code Schaub for 50% off your first order. That's Van, like the car, VAN, man.shop/Schaub. Use the code Schaub for 50% off your order. Van Man, real ingredients, no exceptions.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
We're coming at you with everything we got.
This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra. Free. This is the mindset. With movies like Pineapple Express, the entire Star Trek film franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
And this is just kind of silly. John Jones met, this guy's blowing up clavicular.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clav. So he met him, and then he just loves him. You can see right here.
What's this clavicular guy do? Just
He's
streams?
He's a
Kick guy?
looks maxer.
A what?
Looks maxer.
What's that mean?
Tries to get as
It's just to look
be as good looking as
every,
possible. They're
every
called
possible way you
Yeah.
can look good.
It's called the black pill, where it's like you can only be great based on how good looking you are.
Don't let Trump see him. You're beautiful. You're too pretty to be a streamer.
He's on those arms being on trend are crazy.
Is he on trend?
He's been on test since he was 14.
Yeah, that was a big thing with him.
Why?
And he also hits his face with a hammer to get his cheekbones to be more pronounced.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bad idea.
So this is kind of weird. In 2 different videos recently, John Jones first says he's going to give up fighting. So I'll show you this first.
I'm chilling these days. You got business John Jones. No more fighter John Jones. The businessman.
So he says that, and then just from the last fight,
I don't think it's never say never, especially with Poton if he wins.
So I feel really good physically. So I told him, let's not put any pressure or anything. I want to focus on coaching Gable right now, but who knows what the future holds. The arenas are getting bigger. The seats are getting filled.
I could see him coming back for a Poton fight.
That's fair. He might have just got the fire lit under his ass scene again.
Ringside right there. He officially said that you're done, but maybe the door is wide open.
We had that conversation tonight. Yeah, we did have that conversation. I took a stem cell right.
So yeah, he said he talked to Hunter Campbell about fighting again after a stem cell treatment.
Yeah, I bet they're like, let's see what happens with Poton, Aspinall. We'll figure it out. So I definitely think there's a chance he comes back. I'm kind of over it.
I'd love to see him back at 205.
Yeah, I think you're asking for too much.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think he's that disciplined to cut the weight.
You don't think so? Oh, he just looks fat at heavyweight.
Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not look fit. This was just really cool. This is Johnny Walker giving Yuri Prochazka because a gift for his daughter. His daughter's going to be born very soon. I don't think anyone
That
cares.
was cute, I guess.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do with that?
It's very sweet. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And this is a training partner of Islam Makhachev. I'm sorry, Arm Sirkins. And he was doing body punches with Ryan Garcia. And it looks freaking
Spars
crazy.
for $40,000?
Yeah.
So he spars Ryan Garcia? And
yeah, but just body. You'll see. But it looks like when you see the sparring, it's pretty, for body only. He's a 220-pound guy.
Ryan's so fast?
Mm-hmm.
So the winner gets 40 grand?
I think they just paid him 40 grand.
Mm-hmm. Armin's got money for that.
There's light. Glass.
You kind of hit him in the face there.
Really, the real deal. He's a fighter.
Ryan's kind of fucking him up.
Mm-hmm.
As you would expect. Does Ryan drop him?
No.
It's going to
But it looks like Ryan kind of stopped.
You had to fight a little bit.
This whoever runs this page, Happy Punch, is dope. Like they have so many good clips.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
It's one of the. I think it's one of those kick clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to go to fan questions?
Let's do it, bud. Again, for your fan questions on Thursday and Sunday's all question show. Submit your questions. All the YouTube questions we answered on Thursday's show and Sunday's show. Put them in the comments right now. So the ones you sent last week, we'll start answering. This is RRU55E11.
Russell?
Should we go
down?
There?
The Josh Hokit who beat Blaydes looks like your brother Jay. Yes, he does. Him and Jay look very similar.
Really?
Yeah, they look very similar. What else you got?
Alrighty.
At MV Beard.
A lady.
It's a lady. Mm-hmm. What do you think of this matchup? Derrick Lewis looked so tired and over it in his last fight. She's talking about Derrick Lewis and Hokit. Yeah, Derrick, it seemed like he gave up in his last fight. And against Hokit, it's a perfect matchup for him to get the job done. And that's what the UFC wants.
He's building his resume.
Yeah, I think he's good. He's kind of coasting now. He high payday. I don't think he had any desire to fight soon. But then when Trump's like, hey, where's Derrick Lewis? And they call him, he's like, shit, yeah, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this has Hokit written all over it. Troll_Fab. Do you think Gary showing mercy was due to Bushido code or him having a daughter soon? I became soft as fuck when my daughter was born. You could visually see that he didn't want to lay it on him. Ooh, I disagree. Should they rematch? Absolutely not. Olberg did catch him with his hands down. Would it be worse for Yuri if Olberg wasn't compromised? Yes. I think Yuri showing mercy is such a crock of shit. I think it was Yuri's fight IQ that got him in trouble. And he's using an excuse, and anybody that knows the fight games, we're smelling it.
Mm-hmm.
That totally goes against the whole Bushido code, though, right? Like to make excuses,
yes,
and do all that shit. So that's kind of weird that even happened. Give me a sec. That's doing that thing again.
Go up, Jen. J.G. Kingsley. Long one. All right, let's do it. Bunch of fruit flies chilling. All right. Hey, Brent, I want to say third how thoroughly enjoy how engaged you have been with your fan base for the last couple of years. Thanks, man. I decided to run my own shit now, not have scumbags do it. I love all the new stuff you're doing, watching you pivot and evolve, show, especially including your fans in conversation. Keep it up, man. All the great stuff. Love to see you succeed, big dog. Thanks, dude. Since you probably give your own take on Gable Steveson signing by the time you get to this question, facts, I'll ask a different one. If you were put in position where you could influence the success and growth of UFC, how would you do it? I feel like they need to put some focus on certain divisions that have thinned out, heavyweight being the perfect example of that. Maybe they put together Ultimate Fighter show or something similar with all heavyweights or with similar divisions that need help and have it on CBS so it's more accessible to the general public to suck them in, heavy on the suck, and give them engaged, get them engaged like back in the day. Couldn't agree more. Like they announced Ultimate Fighter and it's not heavyweights.
What division is it? Do you know?
Look it up, Chen. But yeah, DC and Bisbing as the coaches, which I don't mind, but do it a division we fucking need. I want to say it's lightweight again.
Bantamweight.
So it's prospects at bantamweight and 115. Listen, if you want to get people really not to give a fuck, do lighter weight classes. It's literally, and this is where my criticism comes in. Literally put in effort. Nobody gives a fuck. Put some sort of effort in. Light heavyweight, heavyweight. Bring back the Ultimate Fighter. Make the Ultimate Fighter what it was. Talking about Ultimate Fighter alum here. They used to put so much effort and they actually gave a fuck. Find the best prospects from KSW, from Cage Warrior, from fucking all these leagues around and get a heavyweight contender and you put some life in the heavyweight division or light heavyweight. But bantamweight, strawweight, who gives a flying fuck? Nobody. Nobody cares.
It's like when you remake a movie and you make the main character a girl or gay. You're like, wait, why?
Well, why? Why would you do that?
What are we doing?
What are you doing? Nobody's going to watch it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree, dude. What else you got, Jed?
Let me go back.
Nathan Van Nest. Love the show, brother. I'm sure you're getting bombed with Hokit questions, but do you feel Hokit somewhat knew he could beat Curtis Blaydes with some do you feel like Hokit somewhat knew he could bait Curtis with some of the goofy, wobbly stance in order to land some of those bombs landed? 100%. Of course, he was tired as fuck, but it seems to know he could absorb some of Blade's shots in order to get there and bang. I'll see a no-go with Lewis. Also, do you think there could be any more late ads to the White House card? Appreciate the content, big homie.
A lot of room.
Yeah, I think it's more of a time constraint thing in the availability of the White House. That's why there was only originally 7 fights, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think it's just that.
Yeah, it's hard to add more.
Yeah, I think the White House is like, nah, bitch, you ain't doing 15.
Yeah.
I think Derrick Lewis and Dana was like, it's going to be quick too. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. There's got to be a time limit that they have. And if you add more fights, I'm sure it's already a logistical nightmare already.
I wonder who started the all title fights thing. Was it just Trump? Or
it was just Trump,
Dana
not knowing the UFC. Just Trump. Ugly 4983. Can I get my grandson into wrestling at 3 years old? Las Vegas resident. You can. My son at 5 started wrestling, and it's good, even in jiu-jitsu, and even he plays like football. It's just, it depends where you take him if it's gonna be beneficial. Because a lot of other parents whose kids are 3, 4, 5, and 6, it's basically daycare. So the kids are playing games and shit and like running around. So if you find a good gym, it's worth it for a 3-year-old, even though it's super young. I think it's too young really to get started in organized sports. I wouldn't start him till like 6.
Yeah, 3 is like.
But again, it depends on the coaching and the gym.
There's some youth leagues that teach just the bare minimum basics, which I think is great for even just their coordination at that age. So
yeah, for Bosty, it was like the biggest gain for him was the one-on-one competition, getting used to that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They just put him in there, and he would do some stuff wrong, some stuff right, but it was that one-on-one competition, everybody watching, and he started to thrive in it. And then other sports started to pay off.
There's like drilling too, where they're like, just like the knee slide, takedown, knee slide, takedown. Like nothing crazy. You don't learn high crotch, but like they're just learning the basics and just how to be competitive. I think it's good.
Tyler Sauce Do 5. Would you ever grapple my former coach, Chael Sonnen himself? Absolutely. Yeah. Chael don't want none. I love Chael. Chael don't want none.
No?
No.
Did you see him? No. He let the Iowa Hawkeyes all try and gut wrench him, and no current wrestler was able to gut wrench him. No.
What's a gut wrench?
So it's like in freestyle where you like lock up on the body, then you like pick up and throw. Like they couldn't even get his hips off the mat.
So they couldn't.
She has great hips. Yeah, she has great hips. I would do a match against Chael, and I love Chael. Chael knows this, but Chael don't want none. Suckas Libert.
I guess so.
Hear me out. Hokit drops the act completely and acts like a normal human being. Why would he do that? And becomes a baby face? There's no reason to. He's made it this far, and he's booming. He's in an unprecedented spot that only 2 fighters I know of off the top of my head that have fought top 5 guys as unranked are Sugar Sean and Connor. Yep. The UFC loves him. The fans love him now. But why would he change? If he's gotten people on his side, and if he changes in just a normal fighter now people are like, oh, who gives a fuck?
You also just named 2 people who blew up off of having a big character.
Yeah, huge character. Imagine if Connor stopped that. Imagine if Sugar stopped the antics. Sugar kind of has now, and star power's kind of gone down, right? Granted, he's lost some fights, but he won his last one, but he's not as eccentric as he used to be. Not as big as a star. P.S. I'm main event this Friday on UFC Fight Pass for the CFFC title, so tune in. You got it, brother. Good luck, my man. Fight smart, big dog.
Lucas Siebert.
I'll definitely watch that. Good luck, brother.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, Josh Hokit just needs to stay the path, keep doing what got you to the party. Don't switch anything. The Goon Ricky. With Hokit, I told you, so many Hokit questions. With Hokit and Derrick Lewis getting added to the White House card, Steveson debuting at International Fight Week, and John Jones saying UFC 327 lit a fire in him to compete again. Love it. Is it just me, or does it feel like these were the exact moves that needed to happen to make the UFC feel exciting again? Couldn't agree more. I've never been more optimistic and more positive about the UFC than I am right now. I can't fucking wait. Now this fight night in Canada might take the wind out of my sails, but I'll be fine. _your _therapist. Fan question. Yo, Hokit fight was so fun to watch. I hate him, and it made me care about heavyweights again after a couple underwhelming years. Couldn't agree more. Anyways, why in the world did Dana say in the press conference about Yuri fight that he didn't see Yuri pause or give mercy to Olberg? I can't assume he wasn't paying attention. You'd be surprised. I can't assume he didn't watch that moment. He might be on his phone, dude. The pause and mental calculation in Yuri's face was so clear. His killer instinct didn't kick in. He wasn't sure if he wanted to capitalize on an injury in that moment. What in the world is Dana covering for? I don't think Dana was up to it. He might have been on his phone, or he's talking to Trump.
Unstimulated puppy in that moment.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Also, voting for Schaub show.
That's
Lassie,
one of the few.
is it Tuesday yet?
Very
Dying to
few.
hear your thoughts on 327. Also, voting for Schaub show.
Yeah, there was a couple. I did see a couple, but I mean, like overwhelming.
Yeah, big round breakdown. Mac Dab, and I can't read the rest. Does Yuri get a rematch? Nope. He's 1-4 now in title fights, or they do Onk versus Dominick or Paulo. Maybe I think Paulo has the best chance at all of them. And Kalaev, they just don't want his champ, so he's not next. Olberg might be out a minute depending on what's the injury. It gets interesting. Yep. Paulo out of all those guys. Dominick, not a chance. Dominick's going to get Kalaev next because they're both like, please, one of you do something. And then Paulo's going to be next. And then Hamzat comes and fucks up all of them.
I think Dominick gets starched in that fight.
And that's why they're doing it. Easy _E23. MMA question. Since Gable is now officially signed to the UFC, let's say you are Dana's lawyer, UFC matchmaker. Who do you match Gable with at International Fight Week? We know there aren't easy matchups. There are at heavyweight, though. Dana keeps saying that. There are, though. I don't think they will give him a title eliminator match, but I think somewhere north of top 5 ranking, given how shallow heavyweight is right now. Nope. You give him like a Tai Tuivasa, even though he has a fight coming up. You don't give him somebody ranked. You do Marcin Tiberius if you want to give him a tough guy. But you treat him just how you've done it with Hokit. Give him some Uber drivers that are really tough, have a big overhand right, but gas out. Give the fans
him as like the number 15 guy, you know?
Yeah, give them a reason. Give the fans a reason to get on board. Remember, most of the casuals have never heard of him or seen him, and they're sure as fuck not familiar with his fights before this. So give them a reason to start rooting for him. If you just insert him in and go gold medalist, they're like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So you got to build him right.
15 is actually good too because Walter is like he has a fun personality as well. That's Johnny Walker's brother.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's do one more, Chin.
Okay.
At J Lopez 4295. It was a long one, but let's do it. Fighter pay. We get a lot of these. If the UFC fighters want to get paid more, they have to do what all the other sports leagues do. They announce it. When Shohei signed with the Dodgers, it was announced. When Teoscar Hernandez got a stand by announcing it, yeah, Teoscar is glad they signed him. I wanted Bichette, but whatever. NBA, NFL, you know how much the players get in the years. They do that for a reason. They do that so guys can't compare their salaries to someone ranked above them or below them. It's all on purpose. It's all hearsay. We never know. If the UFC, in the UFC, they don't share that information for a reason, Bubba. That's on the fighter and on the manager agents to put it out there, agree. But then they'll be disciplined by the UFC if they put it out. So there's a reason why managers don't. You have to find market value. Once they start sharing the information, pay will only go up. I think one guy shared it, and that was CM Punk. Then all the fighters were pissed. He was making $5 million or whatever it was. But at least you have the market value to negotiate. Agree. It's all by design. The UFC tells them you don't need to announce to the world. Just do your job. It's all by design. And if the managers blast it out, they get disciplined. So it's all by design. That's it, guys. Thank you again. On Thursday show, Sunday show, submit your questions in the YouTube comments now. We are changing to Big Brown Breakdown. I just need a graphic artist to help me out with the graphics. As soon as we get that, we'll get this popping. All right. You got a fight card this freaking Saturday, UFC Fight Night in Canada. We will get more into that as much as we can. There is a press conference on Friday, so we'll probably miss that. On Friday, you have the Netflix press conference with Gina and Rhonda, which that should make some headlines. So I will see you guys on Friday and submit your questions to YouTube comments below. Love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the fights as much as I did. Till next time, I'm out.
When you're in a bind, you will find a new fight card to be broken down. And you can't fall asleep, 'cause he'll go balls deep on a card coming Saturday night. It's Big Brown, Big Brown, the Big Brown Breakdown coming to your town. He's big and he's brown, the Big Brown Break. Some of that was good. Down.
Brendan Big Brown
Yeah.
Dude. Dude, that is fucking badass.
One more?
Alright, man.
He's putting the house money down. It's what I like to do. This is what Chin and I it's all gravy at this point. Fight card to be broken down. So tired, so deep. Card coming Saturday night. Breakdown coming to your town. Some of that was good.
Brendan